And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. चाहे भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला.
मेहमान जगत में काहे के तू करते कुमार। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार। मार्ग चलते मोछ मरोरत मर्याद सब भाई के। मार्ग चलते मोछ मरोरत मर्याद सब सहाय के। पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, निकल गई बेईमान रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार। पर सुख देख के मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास रे। पर सुख देख के मन अब जैसे अग्नि घास रे। आन के बदाई सुन कर मूरख, आन के बदाई सुन कर मूरख हुए हैं पूरा लबार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार रे। काहे के करते कुमार रे। पर धन देख के जोहरते हैं अपना जाल बिछाई के। पर धन निर्या जो हरते हैं अपना जाल फैलाई के। राम लाल सुनो भाई संतवा, राम लाल सुनो भाई संत, उनसे रहो होशियार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के तू करते कुमार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमार।
कोई ना ले जहे धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाल जई है धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया रे। कोई नाल जई है धन बांध के घटरिया। जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया रे। कोई नाल गए धन बांध के घटरिया। मारही सूता प्राण निकाले, मारही सूता प्राण निकाले, प्राण लोकाई खोटरिया खोटरिया, ओ प्राण लोकाई खोटरिया खोटरिया रे। कोई नाले गए धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले गए है धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले गए है धन बांध के घटरिया। चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे, चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया रे। कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले जय है धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले जय है धन। कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, कहत कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, छूट गए सब महल उतरिया, छूट जाए सब महल उतरिया। कोई नाले दे धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले दे धन बांध के घटरिया, अरे कोई नाले दे धन बांध के।
परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा,
अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव करो, परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले, परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले। किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, को जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन।
One day this life will leave this body, and I will exist no more in this material world. Every living being must eventually marry the bride of death. Let not the mind lust at physical wealth and pleasures. The services that we can perform, do it now, for you may never get the opportunity to pass this way again. Glorify the name of the Lord and receive His blessings. एक दिन हमें भी जाना है. One day we will all have to leave this world.
एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इकता कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खेलने को खेला करनी है तो कर ले रे बंदे, करनी है तो कर ले रे बंदे, फिर नहीं आना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, भरा खजाना है। जंगल जाए जा बंदे रे, जंगल जाए जा बंदे रे, फिर पछताना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इकता कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है।
इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले, गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। या तो गंगा जी का तट हो, जमुना का तट निकट हो। या तो गंगा जी का तट हो, जमुना का तट निकट हो। और सावरा निकट हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। सावड़ा करा हो, तिरछा चरण धर हो, बंशी कसूर पर हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। सिर सोहना मुकुट हो, मुखरे पे काली लट हो, सिर सोहना मुकुट हो, मुखरे पे काली लट हो, यहाँ ज्ञान मेरे गत हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। जब प्राण कंत आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, जब प्राण कंत आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, यमत्रास ना दिखावे, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतनी मेरी अरज है, मानो तो क्या हरज है, इतनी मेरी अरज है, मानो तो क्या हरज है, वहाँ आपका फरज है, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले, जब प्राण तन से निकले, जब प्राण तन से निकले।
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला.
body, the mind, and the intellect. And later on, I'll do all about Bhagavad Gita, and I'll tell you why that was important. But other than purifying the body, the mind, and we are here to perform the final rites. This tends to bring a sense of solace and comfort to the bereaved, which is the family, wife, son, daughter-in-law, grandchildren, brother, sister, and so on, right? So this is a twofold event. So at the beginning, I ask, please everyone, please come and stand as I'm about to start. Right, I put it up.
As I ask you all to stand, if you are Hindu, and I always say that because I pay respect to everybody. That doesn't always come my way because of my religion. I pay respect to everybody. If you are Hindu, I want to focus on the form of Bhagavan Krishna for me. So I'm going to help you out, right? He's standing with a yellow dhoti and his feet crossed. There's the basuri in his hand, which is the flute, and a peacock in his forehead. And if you are not Hindu, I would never force you to focus on what faith you belong to. Because in my book, we are one God's children. Clear? So class and close your eyes. And what we do here for Mr. Frank is Om Vishnu 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 Adyashi Vameno Yesvit Vijay Saman Rame Vikram Samvatsare Dakshinaya Asham Mase Shukra Pakshe Chaturtiti Shukra Vasare Purva Parvun Nakshatre Vyati Pata Yoge Bhakarani Karma Aham Srishi. That's it. After this prayer, all of you can take your seat, right? All that technology I want to know. Alright. Class and well, your eyes, your hands are already clasped. Focus again on Bhagavan Vishnu for me, who is Lord Krishna, as I will say a little bit. Gayantiyam samagaha dhyanavastita targatin manasa pashyantiyam yogino yasyantam na vidur surasura gana devaya tasmain Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavadanam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Birdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavayaharan Sarvadoke Kanatam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Alright, you all take your seat. Alright. You have to rest the flower. Anyway, just rest the flower. Right. We're going to start now. All the touch on his hand. Right. Water first. Yes, water first. Offer across the head, anybody. Just touch his hand. Let's go. Om Kashyap Go Trasya. Om. No. Come here. Head to toe. Let's go like this. Om Kashyap Go Trasya. Frank Mahase Pretasya Metistani Shiva Nimitam Snanam Maya Deate Tuvo Petishatam. Right, take Chanda now. Pass it. Pass it for dance. She'll give it. You're going good. Come so for me. Use this finger for me, right? Down, right? Come down, yeah. One come down. Stop for me, ready, right? Oh, Shab Go Trasya. She give it the spray now. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Gandham Mayadiyate to spray. Essence. Nimitam Gandham Mayadiyate to Vopatishatam. You can just spray over his body. Go down. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Gandham Mayadiyate to Vopatishatam. Mala no. One by one you'll put to ready. Stay from so. Put it around. Line it up nice and. Right, good. Next one come. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitishane Shiva. You have two more again?
Yeah.
Right, you usually two one time. You need two songs, put the other two again. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitishane Shiva Nimitam Pushpamala Maya Deate. Next two songs again, Ola come again. Eldest son, then young son. Pushpamala Maya Deate to Vopete Shatam. Arti after it. Alright. Rashad, you come by me. All you all touching his hand, right? Watch me. Auntie going to give it. You're doing arti like this. You're walking, keeping your body to the box. And keep your body to the box itself, right? You're going wrong 5 times, right? Right, like. While you're walking, Deepayam Upatishatam. I want to apologize. At some point I had to block somebody, right? Alright. Unless I hang like Spider-Man or something. I had to block somebody. Om Yam Dware Mahagore Andena Tamasavrate Tachavalokanartaya Deepayam Upatishatam. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. That's 2? Alright. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Om Yam Dware Mahagore Andhena Tamasavrate Tachavalokanartaya Deepayam Upatishtatam. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Deepam Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. That's it? One more? Alright, go. You're going good. Om Yam Dware Mahagore Andhena Tamasavrate Tachavalokanartaya Deepayam Upatishatam. You pass it for Auntie and you're bringing Pinda now. Right. Auntie, sure I take it. Right. Come by me now. Come by the right hand now. And let me try to see how we talk about if we could get straight. Find the right hand for me. Just turn him around. Right. Take the Pinda and you're going to give it. Let go his hand. Let it go. Right. Hold it. Turn it over in his hand. You just follow Auntie. Turn it over. Next way. Right. Turn it. Rest it on. Good. Open your hand now. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Eshate Pindo Maya Deate. Open your hand. She's going to pour the water up here. Right. Om Kashyap Gotrasya Frank Mahis Pretasya Mitistani Shiva Nimitam Eshate Pindo Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Nimitam Eshate Pindo Maya Deate to Vopatishatam. Okay, good. You all can take a seat now for about 20 minutes. Right? Well, listen on. I don't want to stand now. Right? Bring 3 chairs for them close, please now. All right, so I will continue one time. Double up. Dory, I had to save you. I ain't gonna let you fall. All right. Right, so now I've finished the preliminary. It's very difficult. It's supposed to be, because this is death, right? If this was a joyous time, well, then something wrong with the mind of those that live in. Joyous times are like wedding, or your pass exam, or somebody get married, or a child born. Right? Reincarnation. And I know it is true. And I'm going to read a little bit, not to prove to you, but to show you the sense behind this concept, right? Which is what life after life after life, right? No offense to anybody, but that's my belief, right? The body is left behind, but not the Atma. And I'm going into it now, right? So right where you're sitting, just clasp your hands and close your eyes. A few slokas Gita Dhyan, and then I will read chapter 15. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhe Mahabharatam Advaitam Ityavarashanin Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayanim Amba Tvam Anusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshanim. I'll go to the end. Yam Brahma Varune Daru Damaruta Stunvanti Devyai Sravai Vedaihi Sangha Prakramo Panishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastatatalgatin Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantamna Vidur Sura Sura Gana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Prem to bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki. Okay then. So I will do a few slokas in chapter 15, and with my very limited knowledge, try to explain this. And I say limited because some people, when they have a I don't know anything, so I say one time. So the limited knowledge I have, I will try to explain. So Shri Ata Pancha Dashodhyayaha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Bhagavan Krishna is saying, Tadhama Paramam Mama. What does Bhagavan Krishna says? In chapter 15, slok 6, he said, neither the sun nor the moon nor fire can illumine that supreme, can illumine that self-effulgent state. Bhagavan Krishna talking about, it's called Satyalok or Brahmalok, depending on what your view. But I call it Satyalok. Satyalok is where Bhagavan Krishna exists. He's on the top of the loks, all these planes of existence, right? Bhagavan Krishna says, neither the sun nor the moon. Now, today is not very sunny right now because the sunlight is being blocked by some clouds. But there are certain parts in Trinidad, they will get the full brunt of the heat, correct? And certain parts of the world, the sun is very hot right now because it's shining, no hindrance. But if I take a torchlight or a flashlight, my wife will say, which term I use, and I sound old, so I must use the other one. I don't know which one is the young term. But if I take a flashlight and I go outside, and I flash that light, will it show in the sunlight? No, right? All you understand, right? No, because the sun is going to cover that light. Right? But if I take that flashlight and it's night and I shine that, you will see the power within a man-made battery system. You will see it shining bright. Why I use that analogy for? Bhagavan Krishna says, neither the sun nor the moon nor fire can illumine my state. In other words, if you believe in God and everything comes from Him, well, if we take all the luminaries, which are light-producing objects like the sun, the moon does not produce light, it reflects. But luminaries are all electricity, man-made electricity, all forms of light. There are many galaxies NASA now finding. I just laugh about it. But our scriptures speak of that for thousands of years ago. But if I go at the astronomical level and I find all these suns that are being created right now, all these suns that are exploding, all the universes that NASA can't find, and I bring all the forms of light, and I come on planet Earth and I take all the light. Luminaries are also light-giving people. Have you ever met someone that we say in Trinidad, hey, that person have a light about them? You know what I'm talking about? And when you meet them, you smile and you are happy. It might be a family, it might be a loved one, it might be a total stranger. You ever travel and somebody come in the maxi and you feel a sense of peace with that person? Or they just say good morning and the smile alone is comforting to you? They are luminaries, they are light-giving. You ever meet somebody and when they talk to you, your belly starts to hurt one time? You see their faces like prunes? Alright, somebody saying, Baba, you know what? Yeah, boy, you know it. Right. They are not luminaries. They bring a different kind of energy. But I just said that to make you laugh. But if I take all the light-given people, to the billions of them or millions of them, and I take the sun and all the other light, and I go to Satyalok, they cannot shine because they come from Bhagwan Krishna. You all follow? I'm trying to emphasize a point to you. That is where we come from, the Supreme. So you can't outshine the Supreme, right? I'm continuing, right? And the last part he said, attaining which they never return to this world. That is my supreme abode. Now when you reach Satyalok, you don't come back here. That is his promise to you. The English might call it heaven, or whatever word you have for it. But it is Satyalok. I'm going to continue, right? Next sloka. Mame yuangsho jiva loke, jiva bhutaha sanatana, manashashtananindriyani, prakriti stani karshati. Bhagavan Krishna says in sloka 7, in chapter 15, the eternal Jivatma in this body is a fragment of my own self. And it is that alone which draws around itself the mind and the five senses, which abide in Prakriti. Now I'm doing this especially for the immediate family, because I know your heart torn, and I can't take away your grief. Because when I lost mine, nobody could help me. But scriptures are the only thing that give you a sense of guidance, right? Now here Marilla, he said eternal Jivatma in this body. Bhagavan Krishna emphasized, you see all of you sitting right now, and you got up this morning, you're rich because you have life. You're rich because you have somebody who loves you. You are rich because you have a job. You are rich because you could see, you could walk. You are rich because you have your health. You are rich because somebody could cook food. You are rich because you could sleep in a bed. And sometimes we think rich is some big mansion and you're driving a big Prado, but that's just material rich, you know. You are rich because you have life. And you know how you're real rich too? When you have a real good heart. I consider that the richest thing. But here's what Bhagavan Krishna says. The eternal Jivatma in this body is a fragment of my own self. So I will talk about Uncle Whitey here. I know he gone. I do so much funeral. In my mind, I work this out in the night. In my mind, I have a discussion of who I'm coming to the family. And I have a play in my mind what I'm going to say, right? Every single time. I picture my own parents to my own family. But uncle here, when I did puja for Auntie Kami, which is in Kampu, his sister, he always there. I will talk about him just now. But all the wit and light that he has, that is no longer in this body. You know why? The eternal Jivatma in this body is a fragment of my own self. Bhagavan Krishna emphasizing, only the Atma, that light that exists in all of you here, belongs to him. Nothing else. Which is why the Atma leave. But the body didn't go, because the body doesn't belong to him. It belongs to this place. It came from planet Earth. So the body will return here. You all agree? And here what he says here. It is that alone which draws around the self, the mind and the five senses. Okay, we're going a little deep now, before the last sloka. When the Atma leaves the body, Bhagavad Gita says it draws around itself the mind and the senses. Now it's a virtual thing, but it does happen. It's called the astral body. When the Atma left, picture this, right? It's like a vacuum. So a dying person will take one last breath, and your breath come out. There are 5 physical things in the human body that will return here. It's called, well, I will give it them. Akash is space, which is ether. When a dying person loses that, they fall. So a dying person cannot stand and walk and play football. They collapse. When their Agni is fire, when it leaves the body, they feel cold. And I always make this reference with my own Mataji. I didn't understand that before, until I felt her in a box from the morgue. And that feeling stays with me for the rest of my life. That ice cold is like ice from a fridge. It reminded me that she looks like my mom. But that is not the person, because she's cold. My mom had warmth. You all understand? So like you here, you have warmth, the Agni is in you, but that leaves the body. Vayu leaves the body in the form of breath. Sometimes you see people froth. So wind. Prithvi Mata leaves the body, which is earth. Decomposition sets in. I just give you a few. All that will leave the body. But here what Bhagavan Krishna says. He says the Jivatma takes the mind and the senses. So everything uncle knew in his life, and I saw the little eulogy and I read it, and I understand where he worked. And I know he was very knowledgeable. But he had some kind of wit that far surpassed me, boy. When I was doing puja, and he always had some kind of smart talk, and I would just laugh at you. Say, Bob, you laughing for? Boy? I was like, uncle, you different, boy. His intelligence was at a very different level. Witty people are superbly intelligent, right? That knowledge that he has is with the Atma right now. If you don't believe me, I will try to explain it. That love that he had for you, auntie, and for the sons and daughter-in-law and the grandchildren, I know he loved the babies bad. That love is with the Atma. That didn't die. It goes with the Atma. The mind, everything he thought about goes with the Atma. You all follow? Now I'm going to continue now, right? Because I know we have some people to speak after. Last sloka I'm doing with you all. Shri yang yadvapnoti yachap yutkramat ishvaraha gruhitvaitani sangyati vayurgandani vashayat. So when a person dies and the Atma leaves the body, it takes the mind and the senses. But what happens? Bhagavan Krishna says, even as wind wafts sent from the sea, so too the Jivatma, which is the controller of the body and other things, taking the mind and the senses from the body which it leaves behind, forthwith migrates to the body which it acquires. Now hear me carefully. Uncle died, right? The mind left and the senses left with the Atma. Good? This is what Bhagavan Krishna says. Taking the mind and the senses from the body which it leaves behind, forthwith migrates to the body which it acquires. Now, I can put my book down now. Hear how sensible this is. When your Atma leaves, it takes your mind and your senses, the astral body, it leaves, it's on a different plane. It is here right now, but you and I exist in the astral plane too. I'll come to that just now. But right now, we're in the physical plane. If I just walked in here and there was a big fan and I had a lot of perfume or cologne, if I passed by the fan, wouldn't the breeze take the cologne and spread it through the audience? Wouldn't you smell it? Or like somebody bring a rose? Do you know what that is? The body is a seat. Like the rose is a seat of fragrance. And when you smell it, the breeze will carry the chemicals of fragrance from one seat to the next. The Atma is like that. The Atma is compared to the wind. When the Atma leaves, it takes the fragrance of a flower. But you know what that is? That is the mind and the senses. So the mind and senses of uncle is compared to the fragrance of a flower. And the wind is compared to the Jivatma. So when the wind leaves the body, the Jivatma takes the mind and the senses. And the same way perfume will blow from one spot to the next, the Atma will go from one body to the next. Will you follow? Right, so I'm going to give you some examples now. Don't mind the rain. That is good. We can't stop that. Just shift a little bit. I don't want to prove my point. I know this is real. I just want to tell you from a Hindu perspective. So if the Atma leave one body and go on to the next, that is reincarnation, right? You know how I know this is true? All you feel this is the first life he had? Yeah? Nah. Well, let's settle down, settle down. Settle down so I can continue. Right, so I know the rain coming, but you all are just go with me, right? This is not the first life uncle had. And it mightn't be the last. But I am not Krishna. I am not Lord Krishna. But here what happened. I want to show you how this theory is possible. You ever went driving anywhere right in Trinidad, or you went away, but let's use our country. You have never gone there before, but while going there, you ever felt like it seems familiar? You ever felt like I don't understand, but like I've been here before? And everybody here could attest to that. French term is déjà vu. We have adopted that term as like, this has happened before. You ever met somebody who is totally strange and you automatically click with that person and you could have a conversation, and while talking to them you say, you know, I feel like I know you. And right? Well, here what? You have been there before. You do or you did know that person. All you move. Settle. I'll continue now. That deja vu you experienced, that place you went to, that person you met, you were there before in a different life, in a different form. You met that person before. That is the eulogy, and I read when he saw you, well, he went kind of crazy in his heart because he saw somebody that was worthy. Now, anybody here who married, or they listen carefully, anybody watching Facebook and running down only looks, listen to what I'm going to tell you. The married ones I'm talking to. How come in Trinidad we have 1. And you can sit down and lie a joke, and you can lie and tell me, Bob, that was the most beautiful woman I ever saw in my life. And the wife will say, that was the most handsome person. Let me be real. That is not the case. And I telling you shit up. You were infatuated from a young person growing up, seeing all kind of singers and celebrities and dancers, and everybody, you felt a certain crush or love for. And right. So I personally don't believe in that. What I believe in is a soul connection. So how come both of you married and stuck with this? When all them young people getting married for looks, little nice vacation, big wedding ring costing $20,000, big things. The older generation sought religion first. And marriage and life was built on something deeper. Listen to me carefully here. Not just. Otherwise, when you get up in the morning, your belly go hurt. So you must be attracted to them. But the attraction is much deeper. You know why? That is a soul connection from a past life. You all follow? That's why when you meet somebody, they may not be the prettiest and the most handsome at the beginning. But after a while, when you get to understand this person, and we say you see the soul, they become the most beautiful person to you. Can you all attest to that? And that husband becomes the most handsome man to you. Because you see something deeper. That is Atma. Memories that go with the Atma. That is nothing else. You all follow? And it doesn't even have to be marriage. It could be your best friend. Some people are married, but their best friend is your sister or cousin. That is why you see each other. That is why you get each other. You all follow? So you got him and he got you. That's why no marriage is perfect. I know that as a pundit. I do marriage and I could tell you that. Because nobody perfect. You all follow? No religion perfect and no human being perfect. The only perfect thing here, and I say thing, is the Supreme. I can't even call it Supreme, but the only perfect entity is the Supreme. Right. I'll go in your next example now. So we spoke about deja vu. We spoke about love and this connection, right? All right. Here this one. Any of you all have fears? You're afraid of something? Other partner who afraid crapo. I'm going to use my Trinidad language. Bad. A big man. I play a lot of football and sports in my life, right? And when you're on the savannah in the evening, certain critters come out now. When you realize you're afraid frog boy, a partner pick it up. The man sat a ball like a girl and run for his life. And we getting real kicks on him. Huh? But now I became an old man. I was like, you know what? That man could have dead on the football field. Out a heart attack and we getting kicks after somebody fail. You all have probably did it before, like with spider or just frighten somebody in the dark. Well, this is the last one I'm going to do. Where do your fears come from? You ever think about it? I see big man afraid cockroach. Oh God, I'm sorry. I personally, I don't like them, but I'm not afraid of them. I catch snakes and more people are afraid of them. Where do your fears come from? Some people don't want to be left alone in a room. Well, hear them out. If in your last life you were abandoned as a child or lost in the forest or kidnapped or something happened to you and that was your point of death, the Atma left with so much grief and fright. When it left the body, it left with that memory. You all follow? And put in a new body now, you can't understand, well, big man like me, how I afraid something so foolish and innocent and others laugh, but they are afraid of something else. You all follow? Like me, I'm afraid of deep waters and heights. Don't mind I climb mountain with my children, but I am afraid. And I can't remember falling from any big height in this life. I can't remember drowning in this life. That is past life. Memories that went into your Atma. You all follow? Now I just give you a few because there are others to speak. I could give you about 10 more examples that will make you rethink the way you think. You follow? And I know what I'm saying is real, at least in my concept. Now, I'm going to end now. Now, if I know my Atma carries the mind and the senses with it from one body to the next, so here's where some people might want to knock me down. Why I want the memory of drinking 2 cases of rum and bragging about it? That is what you want your Atma to go with? Only living for rum? Hear me carefully, yeah? You want to beat and fight husband beating wife, but now it's the other way. Wife beating husband and we laugh about it. It might sound funny, but no mother or father, that is yours. Because one day to come, one of you all will be here. And then you will realize that person never belonged to you. You were sharing karmic obligations. But you have no right to put your hand on another person. If it's your little children, I give my children a lick sometime too. That's our duty. But never do that. Never feel your religion better than the next one, as I've seen in China and throughout the world. What give you the right to talk down to mine? What give me the right to talk down to yours? You all follow? And some people don't like what I had to say, no, but that's right. Hear how some people feel they are superior. Their religion, their complexion, their height, their last name, their lineage, the house, the job. Oh, good, China, we have. Hey, you know who is me? Figure they're rich, huh? Worse yet, when you have a big house and you're driving something, and you have a set of letters behind your name, I am Dr. So-and-so, no offense to any doctor, but it doesn't be a medical doctor, it could be anybody qualified. I have some qualification too, but that don't make me better than people. You all follow? That is the ego. That is the thing ruining this planet. No, I'm ending now. Bhagavan Krishna said, the Jivatma, hide that. Listen to me carefully. Your teeth will follow too. And? But only when you reach here, you're going to understand that what is important by you is the Atma and the soul. What is important is living a life for the Supreme and treating people right. My Aja, the late Pandit Puran Maharaj, before I end now, I met an Imam many years ago, and he told me when he found out I was the grandson of Pandit Puran Maharaj, my father was Pandit Ganesh Dutt Maharaj, the late Pandit. He was from Kampu. When people knew and they hear who I belong to, they respect me. Not because of me, you know, but because of my father, my mother, and my lineage. Younger people, listen now carefully. I am not respected because of me, but because of my family. When they know me, then they will respect me. When I die, my son will be respected if I am a good man. You all follow? The Imam told me, young Pandit, come and sit down with me. No? And I listen, I say, what going on? And he told me, he said, Ya Aja, when he was alive, he called him and a Christian priest at the time in Konopia, and they would come and eat by him on a Sunday, ever so often. I felt that was interesting, but I already know where he was going with that. He said, young Pandit, you are just saw something bigger than religion. He saw community building, he saw love, and he saw leaders in religion, and he brought them to eat and talk and discuss. Well, you hear me right, eh? What happened now, boy? 50, 60 years now, boy? Thing gone. It's when he hate, eh? Neighbor can't talk to neighbor again. Anyhow, so I'm going to conclude here. Today I did, right, I hear some talking. I'm a secondary school teacher, by the way, so I look kind of grumpy. I used to teach in San South Secondary, yeah, people. 16 years, yeah. Now I'm in Vishnu Boys. I ain't bragging. I know this, I used to pass here every day for 16 years. I used to know the area. And I will tell you what, when I was coming up here, you know, I was telling myself, so many years I've made this route. I traversed here to go and teach. Not realizing one day I was stopped before to come and do a funeral for Uncle today. Right? This is karma. This had to be played off. I owed Uncle something today to come and do this. Auntie and sons and daughter-in-law and grandchildren and brother and sister and family and friends. But you see the ones who are called first, I'm telling you straight up, I cannot stop your pain. You probably have cried and screamed for the last few days. That's not going to stop. So I'm not here to fool you, because I have passed through that myself. And I will tell you, it is the most horrible feeling out. And anybody here who have never lost a parent, don't come and tell anybody you understand. You just stay quiet and hug them. Don't pay them out at all. If you lost your parent, then come and say, I understand how you're feeling. Otherwise, just zip it, because sometimes you might mean well, but you might say something hurtful, you know. We don't really mean anything. But until you walk that road, just say, I empathize or condolences. All of you all will heal eventually. But your love is different for him, and your love is different for him, and so on, everybody, right? When you leave, you think he still love you, you know, but at the astral plane. If Bhagavan Krishna see it fit, you all will come again and meet again in the next realm. And when you see each other again, it's like, hey, but I feel like I know you, you know. And this get played over and over until one day you get moksha or liberation. And you go to the sloka Bhagavan Krishna says, when you go to my abode, you never return to this world. Right? Prem se bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki. Right, so I did a few slokas. I will ask the immediate family now to perform the eulogy, and I will step away. Well, I know this guy, you know, Kiran, you know. I know Kiran real good. Yeah. Kiran Sitaramji, you take the floor. I'm going to give him a space.
One thing is that Baba, I will admit, I scared of cockroach.
You scared of cockroach? Alright, then.
Right. So this morning I'm going to do the eulogy, but I'm going to do two separate things as well. I will also ask my Sherry, which is the in-law, to read something on her behalf. And I will have Hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Today we gather to honor and celebrate the life of Frank Mahase, lovingly known to everyone as Whitey.
Your manager?
Frank was born October 25th, 1959, to Ramnath Mahase. He was the fifth of 6 children.
You good. Set him up.
That's all right.
Fancy shoes.
He was the fifth of 6 children, and from the very beginning, he made an impression. As the story goes, when he was born, an auntie, not sure which one, came to visit, took one look at him, seeing how white and milky he was, and called out Whitey. From that day forward, that name stayed with him. Growing up, Whitey was full of joy, energy, wit, and mischief, a spirit that never truly left him. He loved to tease, play tricks, and make sure everyone knew he was around. If his siblings or cousins left him out, he found a way to let them know about it. And if you ever saw Whitey, he did not make joke, trouble you. Sorry, if you ever saw him and he did not make a joke, trouble you, or brighten that moment in some way, you knew something was not quite right. You could hear him coming from a mile away, loud, thunderous, because speaking softly was never really his style. And some might actually say he was even louder than Kami. In his early years, Whitey helped Papi in the garden, tending to acres of crops and learning the value of hard work. He later attended secondary school and went on to become a cadet in the police force. But when reality sets in, he realized he would have to stay there. Whitey being Whitey decided, not boy, not me. In true Whitey fashion, he broke his hand as a way of excusing himself from the force, a story that everyone still smiles about. It is also during this time at the cadet, his love story began. One day he was over at his friend's house, saw a beautiful young woman, and from that moment, the rest was history. She was really, really beautiful for real. Whitey and Savi were married in 1983 and shared 42 years of marriage. Their family grew with the blessings of 2 handsome sons, Rishad and Nivas. As a husband, father, Whitey never stepped away from his responsibilities. He made sure his family was cared for, supported, and loved. His parents were the light of his world until the end. And until the end, he remained devoted to taking care of them and tending to their needs. Whitey went out to build a career in Kiss Baking Company that spanned almost 3 decades. One of the friendliest salespersons anyone could meet, and his colleague would surely attest to that. During those years, some of his closest and dearest friendships were formed. Anyone who knew him would tell you he was caring, considerate, and always willing to lend a hand, no matter who you were. His generosity and kindness were among the greatest qualities that and reflected the warm, humble person that he truly was. He was fond of his nieces and nephews, so much that one day Vishad and Varun was supposed to help him at the garden. When he and Rishad was leaving, he saw two boys approaching. He got excited, started to approach the boys, and ended up falling in a drain. Sad part, it wasn't even Vishad or Varun. As time went on, Whitey faced health challenges, but even those were overshadowed by one of the greatest gifts he received, the greatest title, I should say, he received, Grandpa. When Kiara came along, his happiness grew beyond measure. She became his world. That joy doubled recently with the arrival of Kiana. Though he did not have as much time with them as we would have wished, the time he shared with his granddaughters were precious, meaningful, and fulfilling to him. Whitey was a kind of person who could light up a room with his personality. He was outspoken, never afraid to say what he thought, and always true to himself. He was lovable, fun, and full of life. He loved to dance, enjoyed card games, and treasured a good carronage line with his crew. He lived fully, always in the moment, always present to his family. He cherished his wife, sons, and grandchildren. He welcomed anyone who visited his home as his own, and no one could ever leave without eating or drinking something. Today, as we remember Whitey, we remember his laughter, loud of course, his generosity, his joyful spirit, and the love he gave so freely. He will deeply be missed by all who knew and loved him, but his memory will continue to live on the stories we share, the laughter he brought, and the love he leaves behind. Now, this little part I'm going to read here is from Sherry. From the moment I became a part of the family, my father-in-law always made me feel welcome. His door was open, and every visit was met with warmth, kindness, and genuine happiness. Whenever I visited, he would always make sure to ask me to eat. His generous heart and a way of making people feel at home, and I will always be grateful for the love and acceptance he showed. I want to ask Jada to come forward. Hold on.
Good day, everyone. Today we gather to celebrate the life of Frank Mahase, our beloved Uncle Whitey. While our hearts are heavy with grief, I know Uncle Whitey wouldn't want us to spend today only in tears. He'd want us to remember the good times, laugh at the stories, and celebrate the life he lived. Uncle Whitey was more than just a name. He was a beloved family member, a loyal friend, and someone whose presence could brighten a room. Those who knew him will remember his kindness, his strength, his laughter, his love, and the way he made people feel welcomed and valued. When I think of Uncle Whitey, 3 names always come to mind: Hotfoot, Young Boy, and in the later days before his passing, Frankie Darling. Those names were tied to some of my favorite memories of him. Uncle Whitey was always on the move, always heading somewhere, always doing his own thing. Before Jazz, Nivas, or Rashad could turn their heads, Hotfoot done out the door, down the street. In the earlier days of me knowing him, I would always see him limping and walking, going to cross that bus route, making his way to the Kingside Casino because he had to have that drink and play that roulette. Or if not that, out the road by the corner to play cards. I will always remember buffing up Nivas to make sure Hotfoot crossed the bus route safely. I also have to smile when I remember how my father used to call him young boy. Every time my father passed with the van and stopped to hail him, Uncle Whitey would always say, "Come and take a drink now, boy." And if you knew Uncle Whitey, you knew exactly what that meant. He loved his brass and steel. White oak and his star could have never gone wrong. He always loved to share a drink and laugh with the people around him. Don't talk for the old foes, because he was always the first man there ready to start it and the last man there ready to finish it. He could have slapped a card. Uncle Whitey loved cards, and when it came to street hawks, that was his team. He knew the table, he knew the cards, and he knew how to play. If you sat down with him, you better had come ready, because Uncle Whitey was not there to make up numbers. He played with confidence, with style, and with that same personality everybody knew him for. Those card sessions were more than just a game. They were part of his life, part of his routine, and part of the way he connected with his partners. And when he sat down at the table, he meant business. And if all fours was one side of Uncle Whitey, Playway was another. He always seemed to have a way with that too, always winning a mark, and his favorite numbers, 18 and 31. Of course, no tribute to Uncle Whitey would be complete without mentioning his mouth. His mouth was hot. He had a cover for everything. He always had something to say, and he said it with confidence. Sometimes it was funny, sometimes it was harsh, but it was always Uncle Whitey. He had a way of making his presence known, and even when he was teasing or talking big, it was all part of the character we came to know and love. Don't let me start with the bad jokes. That was one of the many things that made him unforgettable. That was Uncle Whitey, steady in his own way, determined, and never far from where the action was. Though he is no longer with us in person, his spirit remains in every story we tell, every lesson he taught us, and every act of kindness inspired by his example. So much more to share, but if I had to, we'd be here all day. Frankie, darling, although I've known you for some years, the past 8 months we both shared a bond I will forever be grateful for. You may have left this world, but you will never leave our hearts. Your memory will continue to guide us, your love will continue to surround us, and your legacy will live on through everyone who had the privilege of knowing you. You will forever be missed, but rest up easy and be on your best behavior until we meet again.
Thank you. There's just one last thing that I would like to say as well. Let's not wait for a situation like this to arise before we make things right. Life is very, very short. So there should be no I should have, I could have, I would have. Do it now. Tell that person you love them. Tell that person you appreciate them. Life is very short. Do everything that you need to do once as it is right within the eyes of God. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Sean Telfer. All right, I'd like to ask Mr. Sean Telfer to give a speech. Let me see if I could get this on your sheet.
Good day, everyone. Frank was part of the fabric of Kiss Baking Company for 30 plus years. He became part of the DNA of the company. I heard Baba say early on, he spoke about riches and that having a good heart is the richest thing that anybody could ever achieve. And Frank possessed that. Yes, he was witty, he was funny, he was all sorts of different things. He was a very colorful character in lots of ways that I prefer not to speak about here, but Richard, you and your family know it only too well. But Frank worked hard He was disciplined. He came to work. He never used to stay home. He was just one of those people that discipline and commitment was part of him. It was ingrained into him. But it's only as I assumed the responsibility for sales and distribution, I took over that mantle and I got to know him a little closer. I realized that that discipline and commitment that he possessed came from the love that he had for his family. He worked hard. And he worked hard because he knew he had a family to care for, he had a family to provide for, and he loved you all like crazy, you know. And even as he came down in age, he started having a little problem with his knee, and he couldn't get up and down off of the truck, and he was starting to struggle. You know, and you could see the struggle. You know, I used to stay from my office and see him walking across the courtyard down below, and you'd see him struggling to walk. And I used to ask him, I say, Frank, how long again, boy? How long you intend to go for? And he just used to say, boss, I have a family, you know. That's all he used to say, I have a family, you know. And then when he couldn't go on anymore with the rigors of distribution, hopping off on and off a truck, servicing 120, 140 customers a day with a bread truck that was back to back. Richard, you know it too well. As Richard said to me early on, when his father called him and said, hey, Richard, I need a second man with me. He says, oh God. You know what I mean? Because he knew that truck reaching back by price at 8 o'clock in the night to sell them again. So you know what time they're reaching back in the yard and what time he's coming home to his wife. It was long hours and hard work. So when he eventually decided to give up his route, he said to us, he said, listen, I need something to do. I need to keep going because I have a family. So he took on another important role for us. He was one of the persons that used to make sure that we got our products to the port and to Tobago, because we have a distribution network in Tobago. So Frank's role went in a different direction, but it was just as important. So he used to come in very early in the morning, load the trucks, get the trucks down to the port, wait on the boat, bring the empty trucks back up, and you know, he just continued to push and push until, as his health challenges increased, he couldn't go anymore. And it was sad for us to see Frank no longer in the sales room and no longer part of our team, but we knew that he gave the company his all, and he didn't do it for Kiss Baking Company, he did it for his wife and children. So I wanted to thank you all on behalf of our General Manager, Sunil Budram, Mr. Robert Bermudez, and the entire management and staff at Kiss Baking Company, for allowing us to share in the life that was Frank Mahase. He was an awesome person, despite everything that you would have said, that Baba would have said. Frank was just awesome, and he was a dedicated husband and father, and that is how I choose to remember it. Thank you. How about taking a cell phone?
All right, you all right? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mr. Frank Mahase, his Dharmapatni, his children, condolences to you all. As Pandit mentioned before, we those who have lost someone, be it parents or close ones, understand what we're talking about. As everybody mentioned before, Frank was a different individual. He worked with us for many, many years. I must mention, he never says no to anything. So now I would have puja, I say, Frank, I call him Mr. Mahase, I puja boy. How about what you need? I said, I need 9 bamboo, 10 bamboo. He bring it for me. That was his job. He would go and bring it for me. So I'm going to do this for you. He and my family became close. My father-in-law, he became good friends, right? Because of the individual he was. I can't add much to him because everybody says good thing about him. He had his ways about him, but he never says no to anything I ask him. He's always respectful, right? And as time goes by, we kind of, our health kind of decays. Sometimes we go along, whatever happens. But the important thing is to take care of our health while we can do it, right? I mean, don't wait till they get sick or whatever. We are all responsible for ourselves. What we eat, what we drink, what we do. You in charge of you. You take care of you. So Frank is leaving us now, but he's leaving us in body, but the soul will be here. And Pandit will agree with me, in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 22, Lord Krishna says, just as human being would discard old things, especially clothes, and put on new clothes, is the same soul will get a new body eventually based on his karmic activities. The body is going, and you'll miss the body, but his ways, his deeds, his thoughts, his memories with you all is what will live on. So to everyone, who knows Frank well, we can all pray for him right now. That's all most you can do. Pray to Lord Krishna so that his soul will find peace in his abode. Whatever negative karma he may have, we pray and ask God to burn it away so he can attain that moksha and return here again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
You gonna speak?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste or Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good day to each and everyone. I, Tony Rupnarayan, known Whitey from Sandy days he was a farmer. And I wouldn't want to repeat all what I heard before, but if we were to sum up the life and times of Whitey in one word, that word would be excitement. Wherever excitement is, there lies God. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say, as much as Whitey may be leaving us today, he's not just leaving us, but he's leaving a legacy. A legacy for all of us to promulgate, perpetuate, and persevere. And that legacy is, do not ever take on worries. Once you take on worries, you can have excitement. And that is the legacy of Whitey. I would like to say also, just to take a cue from one of these former speakers, how Whitey loved cards so much. I would like to take a song from Whitey when he playing card, which reads, many were called, but few were chosen. Whitey, today, boy, I would like to tell you, you are the chosen one to reside in the house of the Lord forever. And ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I would like to take the opportunity to thank each and everyone for being here. At this point in time, for your presence means so much. And I would also like to take the opportunity to pray and thank God that may God bless the soul of Frank Mahase. May his soul rest in peace, and may God continue to bless us all very richly. Thank you, Sitaram. You mustn't talk when I talk,
Sorry, Jackie.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I just got a light.
Okay, good people, I have 2 minutes. Try to make it in a minute and a half. If I get time to talk about Whitey, it will take me until tomorrow. Oh, okay, I'm not accustomed to this. It's something I want to say about Whitey that probably most people say already, but I want to go into details. I know Whitey, grandfather. I play in the yard. I worked for his father for 2 years, 1963, 1964. That's a little part of my life I worked for his father. But when I meet Whitey, I become friends for the rest of my life. One of the things I'd like to mention will make you guys understand how generous this guy was.
I was struggling. We were doing gardening, trying to make things work. And I had no transport. And in those days, people wouldn't give you a ride on the donkey cart. Whitey had a brand new Jeep. And I went and I said, Frank, come and give me a little to move some tomatoes. And he said, Cyril, take the Jeep. And he gave me the Jeep at a time when people wouldn't allow you a donkey cart. That's the kind of guy he was. Tell me when time running out. About Street Hawks. He was one of the original members. When Street Hawks was functioning, the guys, we used to be living from paycheck to paycheck at that time. Frank was better off. And sometimes we got to play card. Who know about competition? He had a card feed. Some of the guys wouldn't have card feed. Frank will take the money and put the rest and pay for everybody. He will walk around playing all fours. You must have beer, something to drink. You see some of the guys who can't afford a beer, he'll go on the table and put 2 beers. I'd have people standing out there could confirm what I'm saying. I'm running out of time. So I just want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity to say these few words. And I'd like to end by saying, I know it's tough. We have to mourn, but we should make some time and celebrate the life of this good man, all the good things he do. We have to start remembering, and it will help us remember all the good things Frank would do, and it will be good for him and all of us. Thank you for allowing me this time. I know we have to go. I wish I could have talked more. I have a lot of stories. Thanks again. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. But I couldn't go without. I wanted to go with that.
I don't normally let anyone speak, to be quite honest. I give one family member and one person on the outside. To be quite honest, because I'm a man on time, you follow? But I am human too. Yeah? I'm human too. I'm a father too. I was a son too. And I understand how important this was to you. So it wasn't me giving time, but Bhagavan Krishna allowed this to take place today, right? Before I close now, I'm not the most intelligent guy, but I'm a good listener. And I listen well to everybody. And a few things stood out. I heard the love of our father. I heard a man limping. The boss watching him like, when you go in, I have a family to feed. That's our father they're speaking, That is Peterji, Mataji has a different duties too that she hold the world too, But her father's pain sometimes goes unheard and unseen, So I heard a wonderful father doing anything that he can. And I think all of us, if your father has gone, you will probably say the same thing about them too. A father will do anything he can to protect his family and take care of his family. I think Uncle Frank was a great, great person. I think he understood, somebody mentioned that he was rich because he heard what I said about the Atma. I think he was one of the richest men I've ever met in my life. Because he had a real good heart, boy, without a doubt. I'm going to close now. But there's 2 lines I want to sing from 2 different things. Pinjare ke panchi re, tera dana dana jaane koi, tera dana dana jaane koi. You know how I sang that? You always hear that for funeral going here. Anytime I hear that in my house, my heart drops sometimes because I know what it is associated with, somebody dead, right? But if you don't know why they play that Pinjare ke Panchi, it speaks about a bird trapped in a cage. Now if you have birds, I'm not judging you. That is the bird karma and yours for it to live so. That is not mine. But if you are a bird trapped in a cage, to the owner, he hear and whistle, or whoever, and he find the bird happy, the bird might very well be happy. It have imprinted on the human being, and it's happy. But it's not really fulfilling the duty, the niche of the bird. It's not with another bird. It's not flying. It's contained in a cage. As I say, no offense, That is the song I'm talking about. So like a bird trapped in a cage, so too the Atma is trapped in the human body. And we watch the person happy, and yes, he was happy. When he was young, he brought real happiness to the family, got married. But at the point of old age, anybody really know how he was feeling? Let me be honest. No. I'm watching some elderly people right now. I know some of you all in pain, probably heart attack, past stroke, probably your belly hurting, your back hurting, your knee paining you. But when your children ask, I'm okay. And nobody really know the grief and the pain that you carry. But at some point, you become a bird in a cage and your atma trapped and the body fading. And we want the body here, but the atma want to leave because the body is no longer the way it used to be. It has become inefficient to maintain. It's like an old car. Time to let it go. You understand? And the last thing now. Teri karma kahani, teri atma hai jani, paramatma hai dani. Teri karma kahani, sati re, sati re. Teri karma kahani, teri atma hai jane, paramatma hai jane. I'm leaving you all with this. Teri karma kahani. You see, my karma and uncle's karma and everybody here who's sitting, karma are things that you have to work out. It is different for every single person. Teri karma kahani, teri atma hai jane. But you know who knows? The atma. The atma is the soul in you, knows what you have to go through. Teri paramatma hai jane. Bhagwan Krishna knows, but nobody else knows. You all follow? The late Pitaji, my late Pitaji, Pandit Ganesh Dutt Maharaj used to always tell me, Rav, when you go to a funeral, watch and listen. Tell the people, Kiran mentioned something. What is the lesson today? Was it a good service? Did you pay respect? All right. You are sorry for the family? Okay. And when you go home, how about yours? Children, call your parents if something fell out in the past with marriage or land and thing. Forget that. Call them. Dad and Mom, forgive me. I'm your son, I'm your daughter. I love you. Whatever happened, let it go. Husband and wife, if you fell apart, well, you could decide, but let that go. You all follow? Neighbors, oh, let them thing go. I'm not saying go and talk to somebody who mash you, know. That is not me, you know. I have real pride, you know. You can't treat me and expect me to bow to you, know. That is not Ponderavi, you know. But my ego is not so much that if I am wrong, that I cannot say that I am sorry. Right? Anyway. So at this point, immediate, I went on a little much longer than, well, I wouldn't say me, but procession went on a little longer than I normally do. But I'll add wife and immediate family first. You all are allowed to come with your right shoulder to the box and perform arati or whatever it is you want to do. Immediate family first. After that, I will give the announcement for everybody else. You will come with your right shoulder, pay your respects, and leave. So I'm giving 10 minutes for that. And then we are on our way to Caroni. Good? So before everybody, please stand. I will close and then we will do this, right? So please clasp hands and close your eyes. Think of Paramatma, think of Bhagwan Krishna, think of Lord Vishnu. Again, I said, if you're not Hindu, well, whatever form you hold dear to your heart. Clasp hands and close eyes as we offer our last prayer. Om Anadi Nedano Devaha Shanka Chakra Gadadara Akshaya Pundirikakshaha Preta Moksha Pradobhava Om Krishna Krishna Kripalo Tvam Magatinam Gatir Bhava Sansara Sarada Magnanam Prasida Purushottama Om Tat Sat Pretatmaha Shanti. Om Tat Sat Pretatmaha Shanti. Om Tat Sat Pretatmaha Shanti. Okay, at this point, immediate family first. You come and make your offerings. I will sing something my Pitaji used to always sing for occasions like this. Shri Krishna Chan Maharaja Prabhu Bitani Tani Suniye Suniye Shri Krishna Chan Maharaja Prabhu Bitani Tani Suniye Suniye जिनके कुछ है अवलंब नहीं, तिनके चरण रखिए रखिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। इसके अवगुण बहु तेरे है, यही बार क्षमा करिए करिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। दीना दया पिता तुम ही, निज धाम इसके चाहिए चाहिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। भवसागर धार बहुत गहरी, कोई नाव वहाँ चाहिए चाहिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। कोई ब्रा तुम्हारा करे बिनती, दया भगवान करिए करिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। श्री कृष्ण चंद महाराज प्रभु बितनी तनी सुनिए सुनिए। Everyone, please chant with me. And I say everyone, right? Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone know you are welcome. Keep your right shoulder and come forward and pay your last respects, because in a few minutes I'll be going. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yo, give the yeah. Yeah. Give the mic, man, up. That's alright, leave it. I don't know where the... Oh, you give him? One stop by the book.
बेईमान जलते जैसे अग्नि घास पर सुख देखी के मन अब जलते जैसे अग्नि घास आन के बदाई सुनकर मूरख आन के बदाई सुनकर मूरख हुए हैं पूरा लबार दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते गुमान काहे के करते पर धन नीति जो हरते हैं अपना जाल बिछाई के पर धन निर्या जो हरते हैं अपना जाल फैलाई के राम लाल सुनो भाई संतवा राम लाल सुनो भाई संत उनसे रहो होशियार दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के टुकर दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते गुमान रे दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते
कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया 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 रे कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया रे कोई नाल दे धनबाद के गठरिया मारही सूता प्राण निकाले मारही सूता प्राण निकाले प्राण लोकाई खोतरिया खोतरिया ओ प्राण लोकाई खोतरिया खोतरिया रे कोई नाले गए धनबाद के गठरिया कोई नाले गए धनबाद के गठरिया कोई नाले गए धनबाद के गठरिया चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे सार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया रे। कोई नाल जय धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले जइहे धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले जइहे धन। कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, कहत कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, छूट गए सब महल उतरिया, छूट जाए सब महल उतरिया। कोई नाले जइहे धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाले जइहे धन बांध के घटरिया, अरे कोई नाले जइहे धन बांध के।
परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव करो, परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से
अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले, परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले। किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, को जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन।
One day this life will leave this body, and I will exist no more in this material world. Every living being must eventually marry the bride of death. Let not the mind lust at physical wealth and pleasures. The services that we can perform, do it now, for you may never get the opportunity to pass this way again. Glorify the name of the Lord and receive His blessings. एक दिन हमें भी जाना है. One day we will all have to leave this world.
एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इकता कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, मौज कर देख तमाशा, खेलने को खेला करनी है तो कर ले रे बंदे, करनी है तो कर ले रे बंदे, फिर नहीं आना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, कौरी कौरी करके जोरी, भरा खजाना जंगल जाए जा बंदे रे, जंगल जाए जा बंदे रे, फिर पछताना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, जग चला जाता है, सारा जग चला जाता है, सारा इकता कौन ठिकाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है।
इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले, गोविंद नाम लेकर, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। या तो गंगा जी का तट हो, जमुना का तट निकट हो, या तो गंगा जी का तट हो, जमुना का तट निकट हो, और सावरा निकट हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। श्री वृंदावन का तल हो, विष्णु चरण का जल हो, श्री वृंदावन का तल हो, विष्णु चरण का जल हो, मुखरे में तुलसी दल हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। मेरा सावड़ा कड़ा हो, तिरछा चरण नजर हो, मेरा सावड़ा कड़ा हो, तिरछा चरण नजर हो, वंशी कसूर पर हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। सिर सोहना मुकुट हो, मुखरे पे काली लट हो, सिर सोहना मुकुट हो, मुखरे पे काली लट हो, यहाँ ज्ञान मेरे गत हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। जब प्राण कंत आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, जब प्राण कंत आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, यमत्रास ना दिखावे, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतने मेरी अरज है, मानो तो क्या हरज है, इतनी मेरी अरज है, मानो तो क्या हरज है, वहाँ आपका फर्ज है, जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले। गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन से निकले, इतना तो करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले, जब प्राण तन से निकले, जब प्राण तन से निकले।
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला. जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना, सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला।
दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के तू करते गुमान, दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते गुमान। मार्ग चलते मोछ मनोरथ मर्याद सब भाई के, मार्ग चलते मोछ मनोरथ मर्याद सब भाई के, पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, निकल गई बेईमान रे, दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते गुमान, दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते पर सुख देखी मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास पर सुख देखी मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास आन के बदाई सुन कर मूरख, आन के बदाई सुन कर मूरख हुए हैं पूरा लबार, दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते गुमान, काहे के करते गुमान। पर धन देखी के जो हरते हैं अपना जाल बिछाई के। पर धन क्रिया जो हरते हैं अपना जाल फैलाई के। राम लाल सुनो भाई संतवा, राम लाल सुनो भाई संत, उनसे रहो होशियार। दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के ठुकर तुम्हारे। दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के कर तुम्हारे। दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के कर
कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया रे। कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया। जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, हाँ जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया रे। कोई नाल दे धन बांध के गठरिया। मारही सूता प्राण निकाले, मारही सूता प्राण निकाले, प्राण लोकाई खोटरिया खोटरिया, ओ प्राण लोकाई खोटरिया खोटरिया रे। कोई नाले गए धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाले गए धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाले गए धन बांध के गठरिया। चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे, चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया रे। कोई नाल जय धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाले जय धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाले जय धन। कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, कहत कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, छूट गए सब महल उतरिया, छूट जाए सब महल उतरिया, कोई नाले दे धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई ना ले जाइए धन बांध के घटरिया, हर कोई ना ले जाइए धन बांध के।
परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब